Good afternoon. We're going to do a video today on Gulf Harbors and Flor, and everyone wants to know, what is that? And that is a paddle. And I am living on the Cody River, and this is my Facebook page. It's called Cody River SUP for stand-up paddleboard, and I post stand-up paddleboard pictures of me and other people. Oh yeah, that's me when I was younger, my mom and my kid. My kid is 22 now, but I post a lot of content on Cody River SUP. But that's not why you're here. You're here because we're going to talk about Gulf Harbors and Flor. So we're going to start off. Every time we do a video, we always look at the market to get an idea of what's going on. Now in Pasco County, we are going to go to the active pendings and solds so that we can follow the market. Right now, it's 4,631 matches for active listings. This is a big number. Just out of comparison, back in COVID, there were 700 listings. Pendings right now is 1,906, and that's fantastic because after the hurricanes, we were down to 1,000 pendings, and it was no fun. Now, on solds, I always go back 7 days and then 37 days to try to get the 30-day solds. It's 1,400 matches, just to give you an idea. I don't like that number. I like that number when it's over 1,500. But okay, now this is a big number here. We've got 500 transactions in 7 days. That's a monster number because that puts us over a 2,000 for the 30-day solds, and that's fantastic. Or 28-day solds. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and look at Gulf Harbors and Flor. And the way that we do that is we're going to look at Newport Richey. There's 884 listings. We're going to go Gulf Harbors. Now there's a Gulf Harbors Woodlands, and there's Gulf Harbors by itself. And there's not 884 listings. We're looking at this number down here. There's not 884 listings. So why is it coming up as that? Let's look at the houses themselves. Oh, great. My Wi-Fi. Gulf Harbors condos. Oh, Beacon Square. How is Beacon Square coming up under that? Okay, Moon Lake. All right, so we obviously have a mistake here under the, let's try Flor. Okay, there's 45. And we go back to 880. Let's see if we do Flor Star. Here's 45. Let's do Gulf Harbors and a star. And that gets us up to 105. Now, I believe that number. Now, we're going to just do houses. Single family residences. There's 62 properties in Gulf Harbors. I believe that. So just for fun, we're going to see if anybody did a brackish water. Nobody did brackish water. Let's see if anyone did canal brackish. So there's one listing out there that is not going to show up on the standard. Oh, look at this, 4902 Blue Heron. I've actually looked at this. It's a very nice house. And it says right here that it's a very profitable Airbnb. Very interesting, 1,433 square feet. It works out to $303 a square foot. They also have Gulf Ocean checked. But the majority of properties that are in Gulf Harbors, we're going to find them on this button here called Canal Saltwater. We get 44 listings. And just for fun, let's just see what else shows up. Gulf Ocean to Bay, we still have 44. Gulf Ocean. Well, we got 4 more listings by adding Gulf to Ocean. So if you're shopping in that neighborhood and you don't use these extra buttons, Canal Brackish, that didn't change anything. Let's see, Beta Harbor. No. I wonder if Beach would show up. What we don't want is the properties that are, all right, so there's 48 properties that are available in this neighborhood. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. The cheapest house is $247,000 in Gulf Harbors. Oh, this is an auction. Let's just skip the auction properties because they're not real. The pricing's not real. Well, I'll call you back. Okay. So we're going to skip that one. And this is also that duplex looking weird property. See, it's got a shared roof. But they're looking for bids, $299,000. Okay, I'm going to assume you didn't see any of my other videos. Oh, look at this one. So this is a flood house. So we're going to have to categorize them into two different groups, those that are flooded and repaired and those that are not. Now this one is a little unique because it is on the main channel. Let's take oh, you know what? I don't think the map works on Loom. So you can't see this. But this property, how can I do it and you see it? Maybe parcel map. Can you see parcel map? I don't know if you can see this, but anyway, there's a bridge on Flor and you have to go under the bridge. So that makes this property less attractive, which means that you would think we would get a better price on it because it is less desirable. Because if you have a fly bridge or a a sail boat or anything tall, you're not going to be able to get under the the bridge. Okay, so this is $295. Why can't I get into the listing? Let's get into the listing. Okay, so this is a carport house. Generally, people in this neighborhood want a premium home. This is a carport house. Another carport house. These are all on Flor, the main road in and out of Flor. Okay, Blue Heron, $349,900. Okay, so this one obviously has not been rehabbed. Marine Parkway, Gulf Harbors, Woodlands. Now I'm thinking this might be a frame house, but I could be mistaken. So we're looking at $375,000, $262 a square foot. Now we're going to see that the price per square foot will start going up. Here we're at $346 a square foot. But when we get 1,000 square feet higher, they'll go down a bit and then they'll go up again. Here we got a nice metal roof on a pool home. And ideally, we compare apples to apples. Look at this house. Has it been fixed? We're on picture number 21 before we realize that it hasn't been fixed. You're not going to be able to see this, but I'm going to look at the canal. Okay, so this is on the wrong side of the bridge, but it's $380,000 for $292 a square foot. Shell stream. One of them has a bad seawall, and this is it. See how the seawall is crushed here? So you've got a pretty expensive seawall repair. This comes out to $308 a square foot. It's a very nice house. I'm looking at the map again to see that it is on the main channel, so you don't have to go under the bridge. $395,000 for a 3-2. And the question is, does it have a car garage? It has a carport. Blue Heron, 5102 Blue Heron, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, 92 days on the market, $376 a square foot. Marine Parkway, nice. That's the main channel. They call this the South Channel. And this on this Marine Parkway here, all the homes in Gulf Harbors, Woodlands. Oh, you know what? I don't think you can see that picture. Dang, I wish I had a way to record that. Okay, Blue Heron. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is just, there's 48 properties. We only looked at the cheapest 13 of them because we want to do an analysis of the market. The only way to do an analysis of the market is to look at the pendings and the solds. So let's do that. This will give us all the price ranges too. This is $299,000 and went under contract in 4 days. This is $299,500 and went under contract in 51 days. Now this is only one bathroom, and one bathroom homes are less desirable. So if you do buy, or you can buy a one bathroom home, you'll be able to get a better price for sure than you would on a 2 bathroom home. And oh, what a nice wide canal and what a lovely view. Just being able to look at that nice house across the way. This is Anchor Way. It took 135 days to go under contract. Let's just look at the history on it for fun. So this was originally priced at 420, 410, 395, 375, and that's where it is right now at $375,000. And it's pending at $267 a square foot. Oh, look what went pending. Marine Parkway went pending 13 days. That's a new listing. It went very quickly. 178 days. It was asking 435,000. 130 days this time, asking 550. Went into contract in 3 days for 725. Dory. Oh yeah, look at all that dockage. It's got a. I don't think you can see that. I got to stop clicking on that picture. All right, we got our first stilt home. Actually, it's a 1985 stilt home, so it's not as attractive because it post 1993, where you're likely to get the deal on the flood insurance. $895,000 in 3 days. So we can see price isn't the determinant of the best, most desirable. The most desirable properties go under contract in the first 5 or 10 days. This took 13 days, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and it's a on the ground home. Wow, look at that. Yeah, this is nice. But anyway, we're not supposed to be analyzing the aesthetics. We're supposed to be talking about the market. So this is not, oh yeah, it is on the water back here. What a great location. A little bit of traffic around the circle. What a great picture. A lot of land here. How big is this lot? Lot size. You look under land information, and it is 0.53 acres. Look at all those words. A lot of words in that listing. And 1.8 million under contract in 0 days. All right, so now we're going to look at the solds. In the last 180 days, we've had 30 solds. Let's go back 60 days because I'm not going through that many properties. Nine properties. We can go through a little bit more. Let's go 90 days. Now these are going to be all post flood. All right, 15 properties. This will give us an idea of what the market looks like at the moment. So 350,000. It sold for 300 in 107 days. So it just goes to show that asking prices are a suggestion. They're really the overpriced dreams of the seller. 319.9 went under contract at 319.9 in 7 days. 425 grand went under contract for $49,000 less. And what we're going to do is race through to see if they show any pictures of it. And it sure looks like it was rehabbed. Wow, it looks like it's got a lot to offer too. 425 grand sold for 376,000. 10,000 pound boat lift. 4346 Marine Parkway, list price 439,000, sold for 380,000. You know, some of these sellers are motivated sellers, and wow. So this sold for list price 173. It sold for under $150 a square foot, and we didn't see that it's gutted or it's the drywall's gone. But I'm sure that this is flood damaged property for the very first time. Well, it sure doesn't look like it wasn't repaired, but it is what it is. And these are solds. We're only looking really for the list price to the sold price, 329,000, sold for 385,000. 2 bedroom, 2 bath, sold for $287 a square foot. I'm doubting myself. I had to come back and look at this. This was $150 a square foot. That's an amazing number. $287 a square foot in 1 day. $400,000 sold for $400,000 in 15 days. All right, here. This is on the South Channel. 425 grand, sold for $1,000 over the asking price, $288 a square foot. It looks like there's a new happy homeowner. 449, sold for 449 in 3 days. Florimar Terrace, 489, sold for $39,000 less. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1965 house. 575, sold for $100,000 less than the asking price at $245,000. Only one picture, sold in 5 days. 599, sold for 487. I can't do the math. $111,500 below the asking price. Is that really true? In 7 days, it sold for $111,000 less than the asking price. Okay. Number 12, Seaway, asking 575, sold for 570 in 10 days. 575, sold for 575 in 2 days. $1 million, sold for $950,000. It's on the ground. It apparently has been rehabbed. The question is, did they get a permit? $453 a square foot. Last one on West Shore. 1.19 million, sold for 1.15 million. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1978 house, located in the highly sought after West Shore Drive in Gulf Harbors. Which side of the road is it on? Look at that. It's not on the Gulf side, but it is in a great location. Short drive out to the Gulf in your boat. Okay, that's 15 out of 15. How many minutes am I into this? I don't know. Well, let's go back to the actives. 48 actives. All right, the last one we looked at was the 13th one. Let's go to 14 and see what it looks like. Blue Heron, we did Blue Heron. Okay, Spoonbill, I've seen this one. $450,000. Look at this. It's gorgeous here, and here's an old, dated, original kitchen. So, an original bathroom. But it's only $450,000. Been on the market for 250 days. It's 1,300 square feet. It's only 2 bedroom, 2 bath. What I'd love to do is I'd love for them to put elevation on here. Is this 5 feet or is this 8 feet? Florimar Terrace, 1 bathroom house for $465,000. Hate to be the listing agent on that one. Here's a 2-2 for $548,000. I know this house pretty well. I can't tell you how many times I've been in it. It's just an amazing location on this channel. This is the main channel that everyone takes to go out to go into Gulf Harbor's woodlands and all those areas back there. And I've already got a contractor bid for this one if you have an interest. 5,000 South Shore, $595,000. Nice open. You always want to look at this opening here. When you look down the channel, do you see a bunch of houses? Or when you look across the canal, do you have an open view? Here you're looking at 1, 2 houses, 1 on each side. Whereas if you're in this house, you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people across the way. 6 that could be making noise or having a party or cocktailing or fighting. Rudder 4109 Rudder Way, great house, 23-year-old roof, well situated on a beautiful canal across the way. It's got a lot of pictures. Show me the outside there. Very nice. And in the late afternoon sun in the summer, the sun will be coming through, giving you a little bit of a shadow to cool the house off. But anyway, look at that view down the channel. You only have 1 house really in this guy, and he's hardly entertaining. He's got all this growth in the way. Marlin, $634,999. If you watch my videos, you know I hate that price. Oh my God. I'm going to have a bunch of callbacks. Garland. I think I saw this one too. Yes, I did. Got beautiful tile in here. That's the upstairs. And look at that tile downstairs. Oh, I'm getting this confused with another house. But anyway, if you want to go shopping and you want to look at properties and you're interested in Gulf Harbors, love to take you out and show you some of these houses. Oh, I love this house. This guy here, he's got a really great boat. He's done a lot of improvements to this house. You'll have no electric bill. He's got a fairly new paid off solar, $720,000. This guy's got a lot of pride. He's done a lot of work. Now, this is interesting. This one here needs a lot of work. It's got the pool's a little darker bad color than that, but it's got a great backyard and a great big house. Big house means big money on the rehab. What is this? It only says 1,598 square feet, but it says it's remodeled. I guess we all have different definitions for certain words. Bowline for $790,000. Seaforth built in 1986, so if it's post 1993 is where you get the good deal on the insurance, unless it's a stilt home and they didn't build out the downstairs. If you have no drywall, you can make an argument to your insurance company. 1987 house for $850,000. 1984 house. Seaside Drive, 1987. $949. We're getting into the money here. That's very nice, but do you want $1 million house on the ground? At that price, you can go watch my video on stilt homes for below $1 million. $949,000. This is a 2005 house. So this is the first stilt home, did not flood. And it's nice. How much is this? List price $311 a square foot. It says it's 3,052 square feet. I ponder the downstairs has to be included in that, and if that really is living area. Well, let's use this as an opportunity to research it. 6140 Seaside. This is where we go to look at every house that we have a further interest in. 6140. What did I say? Seaside? Yes. And this is such a great website. You can get so much information from it. Okay. So this house is taxed at $866,000. Living area is 2,100. Finished garage, $999. I ponder whether you can argue that's living area. It is finished, and apparently they added the 2,100 to the $999. But I got to tell you, I don't consider this to be a 3,000 square foot house. If they did build this out on the ground floor, then this is like a house on the ground, and it's likely that downstairs living area is uninsurable, which is fine. You can take the risk on the downstairs. But if you really truly wanted a 3,000 square foot house, you would have to say that this one is a little bit of a reach. And do we go up? Well, there's 17 left. There's no way I'm going up. All right. Harbor View for $975. South Shore. These are all on the ground for right around $1 million. $995. Yeah, we'll go up to $1 million. $998. I would list that at $1 million. I mean, let's face it. If someone's shopping, they're going to go $1 million to $1.1 million, or they're going to go 900,000 to $1 million, and they're going to let's get my contact information up here. Here we go. If they're shopping for $1 million house, they're going to either shop $1 million to $1.1 million, and they're going to shop 900,000 to $1 million. The $998,000 house is not on the $1 million to $1.1 million. But if it was listed at $1 million, you would have it on both lists. And on the $1 million to $1.1 million, it'd be the cheapest house on the list. Anyway, I'm Randal Jenkins. This is my company, Florida Real Estate Partners. I'm a mortgage loan officer at American Mortgage Services at 1000 South Ashley, 10th floor. And if you have an interest in real estate, talking about real estate, getting mortgage money, comparing properties, figuring out what something's worth, I do have a fairly active YouTube site. Not that anyone watches, but you're watching this one. Here's buying a home today or just shopping. Here's Pasco County value homes if you're looking for investment property. Stilt homes less than $1 million. Real estate best practices. Haven't promoted this one, but I was losing my mind over people violating what best practices are. Here's a bunch of my listings. Pasco waterfront, March 30th. I actually have had some listing. Waterfront neighborhood overview in Pasco County, 47. But anyway, I'd love for you to subscribe or like my page. I have to get up to a certain number before I can monetize it. I'm at 74, but I was just at 23 6 months ago when I started. If you have an interest in talking about sinkholes or learning about sinkholes, I've done 3 or 4 videos on sinkholes and settlement houses. I've also done some webinars on home buying, first-time home buyer, down payment assistance, mistakes people make when they're buying. If you jump onto my list of videos, you can pick out some of the content that is more appropriate to your needs. List reports. If you're a realtor, please watch this one. The first 10 minutes are pretty good, and then I seem to go off on a tangent. Waterfront neighborhood overview. Waterfront market updates. I've been doing a lot of waterfront market updates since Helene. People were like, well, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. So we started doing videos to see what's going on, and it's turned out pretty well. I've gotten a lot of interest from the public. I've gotten a lot of calls. I've had people say, I watch your videos. Finding the best deal in Pasco County. 33 people watched that one. January homebuyer webinar. This was my first one. 20 people watched that. Of course, I had people live on the webinar. And by the way, now that I'm sure nobody's watching, because the average person watches like 60 seconds, so we're 30 minutes into it. On Thursday night, I'm doing a homebuyer webinar masterclass. Learn how down payment assistance could save you thousands. Here's this website, randyj.zoomseminar.com, and you can sign up. You don't have to attend the webinar, but if you do, it'll send you automatically the next day the link to watch the video at your leisure. And then here's another website. Let's go to Randal Jenkins. I've got a few. This is a Facebook page. I'm sorry. I got a lot of content on my Florida Real Estate Partners Facebook page, a lot of just listed, some personal stuff, some blogs. There's my best practices video. You should definitely watch this. There's no book. There's no manual on what the best practices are, but I know when I see something that doesn't make sense, and it turns into real estate tips. I actually have 103 real estate tips that are on videos if you want to see some of the content that I put out. Anyway, I'm 29 minutes and 30 seconds. I made it. I'm under 30 minutes. Have a great day. Bye now.